Angela finally got her D off layaway, and Lacey is trying to find the pappy for her kids. You're watching Love After Lockup After Show.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Good evening.
Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, hey, hey.
Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Love After Lockup After Show here at AfterBuzz TV. This is Blinded by Love. Super excited to get into tonight's episode because so much happened. I am your host, Brianna Cheyenne. I have Kitty Kaboom here, who's going to have our special segment, Redemption Story.
For sure.
We have Pietra Elise in the live chat.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing tonight?
And Alexis is with the news and gossip.
Hey, it's good today, y'all.
Yes. Ready for it. So Lacey met with John today. Amber had a family reunion. She brought Vincent for some reason. Don't know why, because she won't claim him. Cheryl's sister is in town, and Glorietta's still in denial. Also, Daniel told Teresa about his proposal and acceptance of the engagement with Lizzie.
And she hugged her. That was beautiful.
Yes, and of course you got Angela and Tony. So how'd you guys feel about the episode?
Overall, I was intrigued. I like the fact that it's finally going somewhere. You know what I mean? I feel like this is finally taking a step into where are they about to end up kind of thing. Like it's giving me this one. It's giving me good, but I enjoyed it. How about that?
That's good.
It was good. Yeah.
How did you think?
Pietra?
What did you think, Pietra?
I enjoyed this episode. It was everything I imagined it to be.
What does that even mean?
I literally enjoyed this episode, like seriously. So, what did you think?
I mean, I thought it was all right, you know. It was a good episode, entertaining as always. It's just, I felt a lot in this episode just watching and being like, why? Or what is their problem? Like, everybody on the show has issues, but
Right, that's true.
It's really
That's
fun
true.
to watch. And I don't know, I'm acting like they never had issues, but today I was really like, wow, they all disappoint me.
They're all a disappointment.
I think I would have been disappointed when they got hauled off to jail in the first place. So
Right.
this is like actually a reprieve to
Good
some
point.
extent. Just saying.
So let's start off with Lacey and John. Well, first of all, Lacey is with Shane now.
Yeah.
And they're reveling in this big, I guess, win they got against John. So Lacey, first of all, Lacey started off strong, talking about the sex is great. I know this is my soulmate. I didn't know that's what makes someone your
I was about to
soulmate.
say that was totally stuck out to me too. Like these people are asking you why you chose Shane over
Yeah.
John, and those are your only two answers.
I mean, that's very important, let's be honest.
But
I
it's
mean,
not
but there's a lot of
that's-
other things that should trump that, not trump, but at least go along
Yes,
with
Trump.
that.
You were right, Trump.
I
Yeah.
mean, come on,
Yes,
man.
at the end of the day, if I'm with someone because of the sex, then it's never gonna work.
Yeah, because he
At
lays
the
it
end of the
down.
day, you need
Okay.
trust, you need consistency, you need faithfulness, you need all kind of stuff. So,
wait a minute.
I'm just saying, that's what you need
That's
in
the
a
fact.
marriage.
You do.
So,
No
that's
That's
the
what you
fact.
need in a marriage. So at the end of the day, if you're going about a marriage just because of sex, then baby girl, you're gonna be disappointed.
And
I
then
guess,
some.
but the sex is what got them into business together with their OnlyFans accounts.
Look,
Yeah,
girl.
that ain't just sex to them, that's business.
Business.
They trying to be like mogul.
They're building.
Right.
Beyonce and Jay-Z of this
Ooh,
quarantine.
I was thinking
Yes.
but I was like, I dare not say that.
But look, they can be like that in their porn industry. So
That's
I mean,
true.
I mean, real
Porn
talk,
At the
version.
and that's
end of
good
the day,
money.
nobody is dominating that.
She's already
so
halfway doing it on her own. She might as well include him in the mix.
Yes.
He already included.
So they're going.
Not on camera yet.
They're looking around for their wedding cake, and Shane is really into it. And it just kind of reminds me of how young he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
He's super excited for
He's
this.
so excited.
Yeah, and Lacey's just chilling.
And he's like, we won't get red velvet because I don't like red velvet. I'm like, okay,
It was
you're
very
invested.
cute how
It was
into
cute.
it he got.
He was
And like,
adorbs.
But let's be
way.
real. But honestly, let's be real. Wouldn't we want all of our men to be like into it like that though?
Not to that degree.
I would want my man to be into
I
it like
don't
that.
want my husband
Like,
to have any say in our wedding.
Me either.
Well, girl,
I want
that's
to make
you.
all
I
the
want my-
decisions.
No.
He can pick his tuxedos, and And he
No,
can
he
put
can't do that
input on
either.
the food.
No.
But everything else, that's all me.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
want him
we're
to
all
have-
different.
He can have input on the food.
Okay.
Because he's gonna eat it. But at the end of the day, the color coordinations is my idea, so I don't want him to pick the tux either.
Wow.
Well, that's y'all. I want my
Yeah.
man to be included.
Well, you
in
give
all
him the
this
color
stuff.
and he picks the tux.
Yes.
I
That's
want
what
that.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
In case
that,
anyone cares,
yes.
I want to meet halfway. I think we could split, you know what I'm saying? Split the difference.
Yeah.
I do not want to include him to the point where he's sitting there tasting every cake, telling him, I have 3 guesses. I mean, I have 3 choices. And he was a little too hype. Like, calm down. It's
I thought
cake.
it was cute.
So
you like with a straight face, you thought it was cute?
I did think it was cute. I wouldn't want my husband doing all that because
Yeah.
it's my wedding, but I think it's really cute that he's excited.
well, Lacey skirts off because she's gonna go see John.
Of course she is.
But Shane doesn't know.
Of
And
course he
I
doesn't.
love how Lacey's always saying, I feel so
Guilty.
But she keeps doing the same thing over and over.
That's what she does. This is her thing. We're finally figuring out. That's what I said. That's why I said that I enjoyed this show so much. Because it's like now we know them. So we can kind of anticipate where they're going with certain moves. It's like, oh, okay, we're finally taking steps towards who you're really showing us you are. And that stood out more than anything to me. She loves it. She absolutely lives for it. And now I'm going to run back to my ex. And I feel so guilty. Like, girl, shut up.
Yeah, I didn't
You
understand.
live for this
I didn't
mess.
understand why she had to go to him for the DNA test. I feel like he could have done that on his own.
Well, she's playing games.
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
end of the day, she's playing games. She's been playing games. And if she was a real one, she would have told her man where she was going.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, she didn't tell him because she wanted to live in the fantasy world of I don't know what could happen. So if I don't tell him and anything happens, then I can go from there to see like, okay, if he flirts with me, if I end up sleeping with him, anything, it's like she would know how to deal with it from there. So I don't trust her.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Because she's doing exactly what John said. He
That
said
she would do. He'll
she's
get tired of him.
She's gonna be with me in like a matter of days.
Right.
And
She'll meet
she's
me
on
at
her
the
way there.
hotel, and I'll already see it coming in.
Yeah.
And I love how she was just like, it's not appropriate to kiss. Girl, bye. You know damn well you want to kiss that man dead in his mouth right
Yeah,
now.
it's only because they're on camera. That's why she can do it.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And he's playing with her mind because at the end of the day, from seeing his vibe, it doesn't seem like he really want her and to be with her. But he's fascinated with the fact that I know I can have her if I wanted her and to get her off course with this man that she thinks she's so in love with.
Well, that
Backstreet
face
Boys.
that he made, the Backstreet Boys, the face that he made when she said she was getting married, I don't know. I do think he genuinely loves this girl. I think they have a crazy,
I think he
tumultuous
loves
history.
her, but he knows what's up with her.
Yeah, exactly. And he
Yeah,
knows
so
what's-
it's like one of those things where, okay, I love this girl, but I know what I'm dealing with. And I think that he's a little bit smarter than Shane because Shane is all in, which I'm not faulting him for being all in.
But he's a
at
child.
the end of the day, you don't know what you're dealing with this woman.
Exactly.
This other man has been dealing with her for years. So he's seen every layer of what he's dealing with. So he knows what okay,
To
like,
expect.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know what I'm dealing with this one.
Right,
Yeah.
and she brings it every
And she's
time.
not my wifey material.
I was just about to say neither one of them should be with Lacey.
I agree.
No.
Lacey shouldn't have either one. Why are you smiling, Lexi?
I don't know. I guess you're right, but I think her and Shane can be happy together.
I think they
Girl,
can be
that-
happy because she can manipulate him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She
But
can be
when
like
we
his
talk
mama
about-
adjacent.
But when we talk about deserving, I don't think she's deserving
and
of Shane.
longevity, they're not going to be together for a long time. Like, it's
phase.
cute for now.
It's a phase.
You
It's a
don't think
phase.
they're gonna
It's a
last
mood.
forever?
Girl, it's a mood.
Bye, Alexis.
And it will move right the hell on in a minute. Forever.
I mean, they
Bye.
married now, you know.
okay. And what? Divorce is real.
Divorce is not
I'm rooting for you, Shane and Lacey love wins.
Honestly, I'm rooting for them too. I think they could work, but at the end of the day, how she's moving
Yeah.
and her mindset. I just want to be real. Off the cameras, this woman is a hustler,
Yes,
which
yes, she
I'm
is.
not tripping about it. Like, I respect it, but at the end of the day, she is worried about how she gonna get the bag. Like, at the end of the day, he made sense to what she already had planned. So it's like, okay, I'm already a cam girl. He's in love with me. He's cute. He's hot. I can have sex with him. Okay, let me bring you into my world, and he's already in her world. He's already having sex and doing the most for her. So at the end of the day, what about him? What about what he wants? That's not even a part of the conversation.
Because he don't know what he wants. He's 21 years old, fresh out of jail,
so
and that's why she's so easy to. He's like Play-Doh to her right now.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, that's why I feel like it's a matter of time before it's like, this is it.
Yeah, they're not gonna stay together. There's no question about it.
Well, speaking of selfish, Amber took Vincent to her family reunion. And
did y'all tear up a little bit when she hugged her sister, though?
No.
I
did.
I did.
I'm not gonna lie. I was crying.
It made my
You
heart
cried
hurt.
tears?
I
Tears,
cried. Tears. That was the most genuine.
Yeah, that
was
seen
the most
them.
genuine I've ever seen her. I didn't even know she had family like that.
Exactly.
Like, that family is a loving family who just want to see her win.
Yes.
She's making the wrong decision.
But they love her. They got her back no matter what.
And I was able to view her in a different light because I'm a family-oriented person. So I come from the South. Like, my family support me 100%. That's how my family is with me. So to see that, I was crying tears. Like, damn, like, she really got good people around her. She's really just choosing to make the wrong decision.
Right. And that's why I couldn't have any empathy.
But the sisters...
I'm just sitting down with you. That's why I couldn't have any empathy.
But you gotta know she's not that chick. Like, if you know this woman past 5
Because
minutes,
she's choosing not to make the right
what
decision.
about the fact that her sister and brother were
the
crying?
grandma,
Wait, I don't know who's saying what.
Okay.
the grandma, the mom over the phone, like the people. Like,
I pity the family members.
You pitied them? What a choice
Because
of
they
words.
went through a lot of pain with her in jail. That's genuine.
No, I'm with you, Bree.
Thank you. I pity the family because they felt that pain with their loved one in jail.
Yeah.
And then she's coming home and she's right back to scamming again. I have no empathy for Amber because she's making these decisions on her own. She sees her sister, she's crying. She sees her grandma, she's crying. She sees her brother that's growing up without her. But she's gonna go right back to Kathy's house and continue to play Vincent. I have no empathy for her.
let me say this.
Yeah.
I don't have any empathy for Amber, but I will say I have empathy for the fact that in confessionals, when she cried, that's the most emotion I have seen from her.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to her and the Vincent storyline. I really do see that she cares for her family and she wants to do better. But even people like her, sometimes they don't know how.
Exactly.
Like us, at the end of the day, we know how to
Maneuver.
get it together. People like her, you're a product of your environment, so you only know what you know. So at the end of the day, she probably feel like, okay, if this doesn't work with Vincent, jail is the only other option because I don't know what else to do. And look where they're at. Like, what else can she do? And I broke down because
She
her
needs to
sister,
try, though.
her sister was so like,
Bottom line.
this is it.
My
Like, this is the. After this, we're not helping you anymore.
Yeah.
And to me, that's some real life stuff because
Yeah,
that's
of
what
course it is.
families really go through.
And
when
the
people
fact
go
that
to
she
jail.
brought up her
I think
sister's
it's-
kids. I mean, that she brought up her own children. Like, my kids miss you. They literally ask about you.
I think it's more because as soon as she came out, she went right back to the old stuff, and she didn't try to take a better path. She made no attempt, so that's why I can't say. Well, some people just don't know how because we didn't even see her make that effort.
Yeah.
What do you think, Alexis?
I mean, I didn't shed a tear or anything, but I did think it was a nice moment, and I hope with her doing everything and seeing her family and seeing how much they say, you know, we miss you around, we want you around, we want you in our lives, she'll use that as the motivation to stop doing the things that she's doing.
Prayerfully.
Because, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, she's doing crappy stuff, but I mean, she's doing this stuff with her mom. Like, it's not like she's just out on her own just doing this crazy stuff. She grew up with a mom who was in that life too, and her mom is still in that life, so that makes things a little bit more complicated. But as far as like feeling bad for her or some sort of sympathy, I don't really feel it. I'm just glad that she's in a position now where she can make it better.
But y'all, let's just think about it. If we didn't have our upbringing, if we had a mom that's all we know, and that's what I meant as far as you're a product of your environment. If you have a mom and she's teaching you X, Y, and Z, and that's all you know, you're gonna do the things that you was taught to do. So at the end of the day, as far as like, okay, she can figure it out and figure out another option, how could she? You see the friends that she has.
But check this out. Once you become an adult, you are no longer longer a victim of your circumstance.
But you see the friends that's around her.
I also know that you make conscious decisions as to who your friends are.
And you
so
see her
as an
family.
adult, you know where you want to go and where you don't. She's a grown-up. She's not a child. She's been in jail, met all kinds of people in all walks of life, I'm sure. And after becoming an adult and going through something as hard as jail and meeting these people, there's a choice you have to make as to what road you want to take. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, but we're not about to just give her, she's not 12.
Right.
She's a grown person.
No, she's not 12, but I just have to be realistic to the fact that I know people that didn't grow up with a positive upbringing.
But
so
then when you become an adult, you choose, you make choices.
Yeah, you do make a choice, but sometimes making the right decision is scary because all you know is the other
Do
side.
it anyway.
Okay,
I
what
get
are some
scared all the
people saying in
time.
the live chat about Amber's situation?
You're either just like your friends or the opposite, which is Lakeisha Rideout. That's what she said. Meg said, I actually loaded at that. LOL'd at that name, laugh aloud. I lurked, but never post. I followed my garbage TV on the. Okay, I don't think that's pertaining to the what we're talking about.
I feel like she's looking for the love of her mother. Her mom put her up to this. She must have been doing these things because / for her mother's love and affection. That's from Lakeisha Rideout.
Yeah.
Hi,
Lakeisha
Lakeisha.
Rideout. I know. Hey,
Hey,
Lakeisha,
Lakeisha.
you're in there, girl. I'm just trying to see other responses pertaining to the subject because most responses were
Well, we're going to
pertaining
do
to
the
Lacey.
discredit, but I just feel like that's giving that person an out, and I'm not the one. Like, my mother told me very early on when I was acting out, are you going to blame me forever? Like, you about to grow up and be an adult, and when they lock you up, you're going to say, well, my mama
Trust me,
treated
I'm
me
all
bad.
with you with that.
Okay,
I'm
so-
100% with you with that, but I'm just looking at her situation, her family, her mom, and that situation only.
Okay.
Okay,
well.
so moving on to before we move on to Cheryl and Glorietta, Pietro, you have a special announcement for our listeners.
I do. I just want to tell you guys hi, and before we move on to our next topic, I just wanted to thank you all for making us the ESPN of TV Talk. And I didn't know if you were listening to us on YouTube or if you was listening to us on iTunes, but wherever you are listening to us, please give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up. Let us know that you support us and you're here. And just being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we really appreciate you supporting us in every way that you can. So just continue watching. If you're in the YouTube channel, please get involved in the conversation. We'll shout you out, and thank you all for supporting us. Keep doing so.
Yes.
Yay! I love that, Vito.
Ting.
Thank you.
Okay, so Glorietta's sister Lacey is in town, and Lacey came in guns blazing, ready to get to know this man. Well, she didn't really want to get to know him, but she's like, I mean, if you're gonna have him in front of me, I might as well just entertain it. But she's more here for her sister. And Cheryl reacted the way I thought she would. How did you guys think the exchange with Cheryl and her sister and?
I was actually
Josh.
on Cheryl's side.
Yeah. Okay.
I felt like her sister was doing the most.
Really?
She didn't even really give him a chance. And I mean, I only know him from the show, but it seems like to me he's trying to make things right and do better things. So for her to automatically judge and be like, I can just tell that he's trying to go back in that life. I get the hesitation and I get being skeptical, but to completely write him off isn't fair. And I really also agreed and thought that because of Cheryl's point, okay, well, 3 years ago, I was a drug addict. 3 years ago, I was down that road, too, and now I'm on a completely different path. So it is possible for people to change. So I wish her sister would have given him a chance to at least help her feel like he has that type of potential.
Right.
I completely agree. I think that she was super hard on him, which I get, again, I mean, not just based on what she's experienced in her own life, but with her sister, and the fact that for a living, she sees these men and women going in and out of the penal system, so she can appreciate the knowledge firsthand. But, I mean, come on, still, this is a human being, and he cracked jokes, he seemed super, light. Right, he was light with it. He wasn't heavy at all. She was like, what if I order this? Order it. Enjoy your day. He was cool. And I just think that that's real messed up, that you've already got in your head who this man is without giving him 2 minutes of conversation that didn't involve grilling him.
Right.
It was a bit much.
Do you think it was fair?
I agree with both of the ladies, but this is my least favorite couple, so I really don't ever really tune into them. When I see them,
It's like you're watching, but you're not watching.
Because it's just it's stretched. And at the end of the day, from the time I seen her disrespect the mom and how she was when she was totally opposite when he was in jail, that was just a huge turnoff to me. And unless she's trying to get it right in that area, it's just like nothing she can do to this point would make me feel like they're right for each other.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like if you're going to be disrespectful to that point, then you don't even respect the person that you're with. So for me, it's just like, okay. But in this situation, I do agree with you both as far as, like, yeah, the sister didn't give him a chance. Honestly, I don't see what the guy has done thus far that has made him a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel
Except
like...
robbing a bank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3 times.
I mean, that for sure.
yeah.
That for sure.
I know what you
but
mean.
Aside from that, as far as relationship-wise...
Yeah, and who he is as a human being.
Yeah, he's always tried to make it work with her.
Yeah.
She's a lunatic to me.
She is
so
a lunatic.
to me, it's just like, you're the one coming with the baggage and the kids and all this stuff. And although he's been through what he's been through in his past, it's like, you have a lot of baggage to deal with, including your attitude. So that's just a turnoff to me. So when I see them come up, I'm like,
I want to zoom in on this financial thing that's going on. So Cheryl said that Josh has been doing some work on the side or whatever, and he gets paid bi-weekly, but he doesn't get paid until the end of the month. There are 4 weeks in a month, right?
Yeah, but you got to do 2 weeks in the whole. She was telling the truth.
2 weeks.
If you get paid bi-weekly, then that means you
two
get
weeks
So
per
you
month.
don't. I don't get it.
you get paid twice in 1 month.
Right.
So
but
you're
she
not
made it
gonna
seem like he gets his whole check for all of his work at that.
No. He'll get
okay.
at the end of that month, he'll get a check for 2 weeks' work. And when he leaves that job, if he leaves that job, then he'll get a check 2 weeks from
Oh,
them.
got it.
Yeah.
For anybody else, I was confused because I did not understand that at all.
Yeah. But
All
I
right.
mean, she did break it down. I've given him $2,300 since we started.
Right.
Since he's been
so,
home.
the sister asks her how is he handling the money and stuff like that, and Cheryl says it's his money, and I'm just like,
What?
Yeah,
you
I
spent
felt the same.
$30,000 on him. I get that it's his money, but you're looking to get married. It's your money. But then at the dinner, when the sister was asking more, all of a sudden it turned from it's his money to our money. Don't ask us questions about our money.
Right.
Because it's convenient to her.
Right. And I feel like she's saving face for her sister.
Oh, totally. No question about it.
And
No question.
I feel like when you have to omit certain information and finesse and use certain words, you know the situation isn't right.
Exactly. But would she come 100% correct with this sister? She's already on her high horse. Do you know what I mean? She's not really trying to hear anything that's coming to her. So I feel like at this point, her sister is walking gingerly and choosing her words because she already know no matter what she says, she's not going to mess with him. She don't mess with this whole situation. So no matter what I say, she's going to be opposed to it. So I might as well keep out the real bad stuff.
Well, it's going to get even worse because he owes $84,000 in fines plus
Hilarious.
12% interest rate every year.
So basically, he'll never pay it off.
Never.
So what? Don't even worry about it then. Honestly, just make your minimum payments and just kind of go on with your day.
Keep it moving.
Don't stress about it.
Enough to not end up getting locked up again.
That's
There you
how I
go.
feel about my student loans. It's like, well, they're gonna be here forever, so you know, just pay what I can at this point, child.
Well, Cheryl, his debt is your debt, girl.
Lexi said, "Pay with a can, child."
I just have to do what I can as I go.
Moving on to Glorietta and Alex. There's not too much to talk about with them right now.
a lot to talk about.
Is there?
I feel so bad for this numbskull of a woman.
Oh my gosh, don't call
Why?
her.
She is a numbskull. Come on. Everything about her is in this fantasy. So it drives me crazy listening to her speak because she says nothing of importance.
Well-
but it does break my heart that he is going so hard in the paint. He already knows what it is. He wants to be.
Going hard how?
He wants to be with the ex. So he is, every opportunity he gets, he's starting fights. He's just throwing anything out. He don't really want to know why you want to marry
That's
me. He
how-
knows that woman wants to marry him.
Yeah.
He knows
Yeah.
she's sincere. But he's picking any opportunity to shut her down so that they can be at
So
odds.
she'll leave him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I don't know if it's necessarily because he for sure wants to be with the ex, even though I guess he maybe does.
But he don't want to be with
But
her.
he definitely does. I don't even think that it's that he doesn't want to be with Glorietta. I think Glorietta, he just wants to do too much too soon. He says a lot like, you know, like, just enjoy spending time with me. Like, you know, I'm finally out. Like, let's just kind of date and be together. But she wants to automatically jump to marriage. And I think by him asking those type of questions and her not being able to answer, he can be like, well, this is a reason why we can't get married because you don't even know why you love me. You can't even answer these types of questions. So I don't necessarily agree that it's because he doesn't want to be with her or because he wants to be with Juliana. But I do think he's like agree with you that he's just starting stuff so that he has an excuse.
Exactly, to be gone. Like, so he can cite these things. When in fact, you're the one that's spearheading this. Who shows up at somebody's job for all of 5 minutes to be like,
Glorietta,
bye, I'm leaving.
Glorietta acted like nothing happened.
Yeah.
And I will never have a relationship where my man doesn't come home at the end of the night.
Baby.
And then he comes to my job to start an argument. I greet him with a hug and a kiss.
Yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
like, whoa.
I was going to say,
that's
like, you're not
mad.
going to say
That is
anything.
not okay.
At
That kind
all.
of desperation is so obvious. It's kind of sad. And then she went up to kiss him, and he just kind of sort of stiffens aboard. She's like, oh, okay. Well, what did you expect, Mama? Like, I don't know. Her expectations are pretty ridiculous anyway. So.
By the way, Meg Blue Shifty Eyes says Alex is looking for any damn excuse to leave Glorietta.
That's right.
He keeps asking prodding questions and hoping she will want to get out of there.
Yeah.
That's exact. I mean, I
agree,
see that as
Meg.
well.
Thank you, Meg, girl.
You is right, Meg.
Is it fair that Glorietta said they really can't enjoy each other as much as they did when he was locked up because they're trying to get their lives settled down? Do you think that they should be able to still have the same type of relationship, or is it fair that things fell off a little bit?
I mean, does she mean in regards to like always being able to talk on the phone?
They were talking about laughing and telling jokes on the phone and just had like a more positive vibe in their relationship. Is it fair the reason she gave is because they feel more pressure now that they have to settle down and really get serious?
I think that's her crazy mind. I don't think it's for that reason at all. I think he just don't want to be around her that much. That's how
I honestly, I just think that he doesn't. He was all in initially. I think it's because it was the right thing to do, and everybody was looking to him to write exactly. But at the end of the day, we just reported he got locked up, so clearly he's making all the wrong moves. But he knows this. Like, he is quite the, what's the word? I don't know. He's been out there on them streets, so he knows what it is. You know what I mean?
He
He's really trying
to the streets.
He's a manipulator.
Let that man go.
Yes,
He's
let
belong
him
to
rock
the
out,
streets.
baby. Let him do him. He headed that way anyway.
Jules says Glorietta is delusional.
Oh, Meg said I'm right. I don't know
Yeah,
what I'm
Meg
right about.
said Kitty is right.
I don't know what we're talking about, but thank you.
What
baby.
else is going on in the live chat? Because a lot of people have been blowing us up while we've been
Yes.
talking. She also said, Alex, Vito touched on that already. Ronnie Richmond, that's a new one. Hey, Ronnie, you're new to the chat as far as I know. He says, Glorietta just wants a wedding. She doesn't care with who, especially with that $5,000 check gown that she got.
Exactly.
And Ronnie also said he was running game to get money on his books, and she was desperate for the wedding.
True.
As far as Alex and Glorietta goes.
Yeah. 702 M. Sandy, Alex needs to man up. Stop being a little kitty cat and be real with Glorietta.
Yeah.
He's not going to do it. He's
He
not going
won't.
to do
That's
it.
just a man thing. They don't know how to be honest about their feelings if they're not feeling something.
Yeah.
But you know what's sad is the fact
Not
that he
all
went
men.
into it acting as if he had complete control of his feelings, right? All of those dinners and stuff, they were, baby, this is for you. And I made this happen because of you. And I'm so glad that we're here in the space and da-da-da. Like, he really got into the groove of making her feel as if she was, quote unquote, a princess. I mean, it took her to get
Because
the
he
ring.
wanted to see what he could get from her and how far he can go with her. And now that
Exactly.
he see what he's dealing with, he's going to act accordingly.
And he got the crazy mama-in-law in the way. So, you know, any excuse to just be done with her, it's obvious.
I hope they break up.
Well, he's locked up now, so
Yeah.
I don't think they together.
I mean, well, she did an interview recently, and she was kind of talking like they still
Making
a
it
thing.
seem
Are
like-
you
Yeah.
serious?
Because with the press tour that they've been doing, right? Yeah.
Glorietta.
Oh, Glorietta.
I hope that you're watching the show, baby, and I just want to let you know, if you are, you don't need to deal with this man. He don't really want to be with you.
At all. And he keeps showing you
So
that
I'm
time
just
and time
letting
again.
you know, outside looking in, if you don't even want to listen to the people around you, people that don't know you personally
Can
see
speak
that as well.
objectively.
Just on a random show in LA, living your life.
You're welcome.
Right,
Just
exactly.
letting you know.
Oh,
If
gosh.
you dared.
So it's the morning after their engagement, and Lizzie and
Baby.
Daniel are riding high, feeling good and in love.
Oh,
Must be
boy.
nice.
They're cute. I love this couple. I think
So-
they're adorbs.
They have this plan to keep it a secret for as long as possible.
That lasted all of an hour.
If that long. I was so
He was like,
mad
I'm
at
going to do
him.
it. I'm just going to do it. She's like, no, yeah, I did it. All right, it's done. And everybody was just so mad.
Well, since we already just jumped ahead to
Yeah,
everything,
let's
all right.
talk about
I know, right?
Okay.
I mean,
let's talk about Teresa's reaction.
Yeah. I mean, I think she had a good reaction. I think it was unfair for him to blow up like that, and kind of, I feel like he was saying it out of spite, like to make her, he thought that she was going to be upset about it because he felt like she was questioning her. But I mean, she did buy the ring. It's her ring, technically.
She bought
if
the
you want to be
ring? I missed
honest.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she bought the ring. So, and she knew that you were giving it to her. So why is it so bad that she asked the question for you to blow up like that and then be like, well, I'm going to tell her?
Yeah.
You literally just answered the question with the other answer that you gave for homeboy. They don't know how to articulate their feelings. So when they feel any type of pressure, they just immediately push back.
Yeah.
This is your mother. Why are you being disrespectful? You're cursing. Why is this necessary? She plopped down her little $200 and now you pushing back in a way that's so unnecessary. You could have just been like, yeah, I gave it to her. She loved it. And that would have been the end of the conversation.
She seemed genuinely excited. Like,
She
oh my
did.
gosh, did she like the ring?
She
Like, she seemed like she was really into it. It wasn't
Yeah.
even like she was coming down in a bad way. And even with how, you know, I don't know if she was necessarily happy, but content, I guess, with, you know, the news that it actually was an engagement. She handled that in a good way. So he needs to give her the benefit of the doubt. She's trying.
She did too much. I mean, he did too much. That was so obvious that he was just coming out because as soon as he
felt guilty, I think.
exactly,
I think
as soon
so,
as he
too.
spilled the beans, then it was all back to lovey-lovey.
Yeah.
He didn't have to talk to his mother like that. My child ain't talking to me like that, for the record.
I was
Ever.
bothered at the fact that Teresa said, I'm not sure if she's good enough for my son. And I'm just like, what has Lizzie done to make you still question that?
Still.
Because your son was the one that was locked up.
Okay,
So I just hope they figure that out.
I think that's just a mom thing. Nothing is ever good enough
Is
for your
it?
baby.
I don't know
I
about
think
that.
so.
I think if the girl
feel
shows
like
up and
it's a
she's on her P's
Teresa
and
thing.
Q's, I feel like it's a Teresa thing.
In
No,
this
I
situation,
think it's a mom thing because it's been situations where I've seen girls show up on their P's and Q's and the mom still have something to say.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just like, nobody will be good enough for my son, or it's like, let me test the situation to see how much you love my son. So it just varies by mother.
Yeah.
Some mothers are welcoming where it's like, okay, if she has everything it takes, okay, cool. Other mothers are just like, no.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, you're not good enough until you do the absolute most, you know, and now I'm like, okay, I'm satisfied you can be with my son, which
That's
is insane.
ridiculous.
Because
I'll
That's
never
what
be
I'm
that
saying,
mother.
which is insane.
Yeah, I'm even kind of
never
like
be
that
her.
with my brother. Like when he brings a girl home, I'm like,
oh yeah.
And it takes a long time to crack
Am
me when
I
it comes
like
to my
that
brother.
Really?
I'm very protective, and I feel
I
like
like that
no
with my
girl is
nephew.
good enough for my brother. So I feel like as a mom, I'm probably gonna be even worse.
The worst.
Why would you do that? Like, if
I
he's
don't know.
happy, let that man be happy.
I mean, I'm not gonna
not
sabotage it or
stopping
be
him.
rude, but at the same time, I'm gonna feel deep down like he can do better. Like she's not good
Yeah.
enough for him.
I've been
So is there anyone that would make the cut with you?
Eventually.
I'm like that too with my nephew. With my nephew, I'm like that. I'm on one side where I look at the female and I'm like, okay, either she is on her P's and Q's, and I look at my nephew like, you can handle a woman like this. So it's one of those things, and it's the truth of the matter. Like,
Yeah.
I know what he's bringing to the table, and I look at the woman and I'm like, yo, this not gonna work, because I see how she's coming to the table and I see what you have to bring to the table, and as
Yeah.
the man, you have to be able to step up to the plate. And if you're
Yeah.
not ready for stuff like that, and this woman is on her stuff, it's like she's gonna intimidate you, or at some point it's gonna be whatever. But I've been on both sides of the spectrum, so
Yeah.
I get it.
I think that's the problem I have, is like Teresa is not looking at what Daniel's bringing to the table, what he's lacking of bringing to the
Right.
table.
Yeah,
That's
right.
why
Only-
it doesn't seem fair to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Angela and Tony, they in the house. Ooh, I don't
can't
even
even
know.
get it out?
Okay, wait.
That was so
Yes,
nice.
girl.
So
get
they
it out.
finally had sex, guys. First of all, Tony says, "I love my new home,"
Ugh!
only
I'm
because
sorry.
it's better than the
It just
jail
hit
cell.
me.
you were
Exactly.
in.
Let's be clear.
And you didn't have anywhere else to go.
Clear. You had
only
nowhere
home.
else to go.
So she let him in before he gave her answers about Michelle. You did that backwards. You should have got the answers first. It didn't really make any sense. But he told her that Michelle was who he was with when he was on the run. And he started off saying, oh yeah, we're just friends. But then he said he went back and got a hotel room with her. What is going on?
You know
already know what's going
Come
on.
Don't act
Cut it
you
out.
don't.
But like,
You know what's going on.
first
Talking
of all,
about
I
some-
didn't think he was
What
going
is
to admit to
going
it.
on?
Yeah, he feels like he has to say something
And
to
why
suffice.
wouldn't you?
He has to say something.
Why wouldn't you say something to the woman that's coming to get you out and got you a brand new motorcycle? You
Well,
living
he
at
didn't
her
know
house,
about the
you ain't-
motorcycle yet.
But still, he knew she was holding him down, and she's the one that he can call on through everything.
Because
so
she's
like,
going to be an idiot to the bitter end.
Maybe because I wasn't expecting him to say Michelle was the one he was
But
with.
where else he was going to go?
I don't know.
I don't know. He could have made up
I
another
know.
lie.
It's
though.
like one of those things where he felt like, look, let me just be honest, because this is the woman that I can be with.
I just feel like that was such a slap in the face to Angela, and she should have been a lot
Absolutely.
more upset, because I was literally handing it to you on a platter. There was a piece of steak and there was my coochie, and you had it for
Not
you,
a piece
and
of
you
steak
went
and my coochie.
and
Yeah,
you
that's
went
what
to
it was.
somebody else to get it. It's like it could have been me. I could have been the first person that you were with
Right.
out of jail, and
But
you
I
decided to
wasn't.
pick somebody else.
Sad.
And for somebody like her, who that she was really looking forward to that, like that. To me, in my opinion anyway, that's the main thing she's been waiting on with this man, and she's really been wanting it, and for that opportunity to be there, and he went and gave it to somebody else,
Yeah.
I would have been ticked.
Now that I'm thinking about it, think about if you was Tony, fresh out of jail, Angela, head over heels for you, and you got this other woman over here. It's kind of like a thing where I'm curious. I'm curious to see what it's gonna be like, because I already know I got her over here locked down. So it's one of those things where it's like, no matter what, she gonna be here, but this over here, let me just see what it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying by any means that it's okay, but I'm just saying like that's probably was his logic.
Dee
So-
Roberts
yeah,
asked,
go
"Is
ahead.
Michelle? I'm sorry, is Michelle the same woman that they confronted in the laundry?"
No.
that is not the same woman. For the
Go
record.
ahead and keep on, because we are out of time now.
Yeah.
So go ahead and shout out a couple more comments we have in the live
So
chat.
shout out to Dee Robert for coming in the live chat. We haven't seen you, so thank you for tuning in. He said, "Is Michelle?" Oh yeah, you already read that one.
Yes,
Is
I
Michelle
did.
the same woman?
She never should have taken him back. Now she reaps what she sows.
And that's from.
I mean, that's a given.
Ronnie
Richmond.
My bad.
Lakeisha Rideout is in here again, and she said, "Why not tell her the truth if she's going to take him back no matter what?" Which is, I feel you.
Right, might as well put it out there.
Right.
Lakeisha said an awesome thing. Lakeisha Rideout said he told her because he knows he can finesse her.
Right, and that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Like, at the end of the day, the
Exactly.
other woman was like a fantasy type thing. He fresh out of jail, haven't had nothing. So, let me see what's up. Somebody else interested in me? I already know this person over here already in. Giant #1 fan said, Jules, I thought Angela's occupation said mental health
therapist. That is her occupation, baby.
Well, Lakeisha said that mental health professionals, or sorry, Kimberly said mental health professionals are the ones who need the most help.
Clearly.
Facts.
So
Let's get into that.
That's where we are, guys. Sorry we couldn't dive in more, but we got you next week.
Most
Make sure
def.
you tune in. I am Brianna Cheyenne. You can follow me on Instagram at IamB_Cheyenne, CHIANNE.
My name is Kitty Kaboom, KITTIEKABOOM. Find me on IG, baby.
I am Pietra Elise. You can follow me on any social media platform at Pietra Elise TV. That's PetraElise
And you guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Lexi Fierce. That's IamLexiFierce.
All right, thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.